I still can't believe how much this house looks like the old one. And you know, after all the construction bills I paid, it needed to. It's not looking like anyone's inside. They do have a habit of not answering the door. Let's just walk in. They won't know. Follow my lead. Jim? You in here? Freeze!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jim, the landlord, ain't gonna hurt nobody.
What's going on, Jim? Why did you tell us to come here?
Listen, we don't have time to talk. They're coming here to kill us all, so you need to protect me if you want to know the truth behind what's all been happening.
Who? Who is coming here?
Oh, I don't think so.
Who is that trying to kill us, Jim?
Well, Nick, that may or may not be the largest cartel in Mexico.
What? Why would you tell us to come here if you knew the cartel was right behind us?
Well, the car I used to get here ran out of gas, so I figured y'all could help me.
You knew the cartel was right behind us, didn't you? You wanted us to get trapped here, so we'd be forced to protect you.
Yes, indeed.
You can't hide in there forever, Jim. We'll be here waiting. We have more visitors. State your business here.
Like, we're here for Jim the landlord.
That makes two of us.
Oh, this ain't good.
Are those members of ISIS? The one and only. Say, rather than work against each other, how about we work together to get Jim the landlord, then split his corpse 50-50?
Oh, man.
Splendid! Oh, this isn't good. All right, everyone. Look, we'll make it through this. We just need to stay calm and... What? What is it? This is my last magazine. Only 3 rounds left.
All this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Trump's stupid wall. For a while, their business was booming. Cocaine was selling like hotcakes. But then, Trump decided to put up his stupid wall, and business suddenly went into the crapper.
Earlier today, President Donald Trump appeared at a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the newly opened southern border wall. Here's what he had to say.
Look at this great big beautiful wall. Have you ever seen a wall as big and beautiful as this one? No, of course not, because the Trump organization builds only the biggest and best walls you've ever seen.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to do when suddenly I got a call from my supplier. This is Jim the landlord speaking.
Meet us tomorrow at the usual place.
May I ask who this is?
You know who we are, and you should know we're not amused.
And just when I thought the feeling in my stomach couldn't get worse, I saw something I will never forget.
What? What did you see?
Never mind about that. Well, anyway, the next morning I promptly arrived to the meeting I had scheduled with my supplier.
Good morning. I'm so glad we could meet.
I'm sorry, but who are you again?
I will be representing your supplier this morning.
Right, okay. I was just a little bit confused because I was told I'd be meeting somebody named Carlos. Could he not make it?
I'm Carlos.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, Carlos.
You realize not all of us look the same, right? Or have a thick accent?
Well, of course I know that. And I would never assume anything with you people. It's nice to meet you.
Yesterday, my client was alerted that you have stopped receiving their product. Now, obviously this is undesirable to my client, as this has put a cog in a very well-oiled machine.
Well, ever since Trump built that big border wall, Jim and the landlord's had trouble getting his mules to and from Mexico. And therefore, I've had trouble getting your cocaine shipments. So, if what I can do...
You have 3 days to find a new way to traffic my client's product, or you won't like what happens next.
Okay, will do.
Call this number once you've found a new way to traffic the product, and my clients and I will come up with a way to accommodate this proposal. Oh, and Jim, please get this issue resolved in the time frame that I've laid out for you. I like seeing you in one piece, and not several.
Right, welcome to another in-through. Wow, this is going to be a good one, folks. I don't say that very often because I hate all in-throughs. No, I'm just kidding. But this is a game I've wanted to do an in-through of since I finished it. I think I played it for the first time 2 or 3 years ago. It's Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. This game is highly underrated, so let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. I need to get all dolled up before I can go out. Oh, Baker Street. Lestrade has that, like, dirty British accent. Hello. I'm just kidding to all people that share that accent. I apologize. I'm just ignorant American.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
That guy's been taking that B12. This is a nice ring. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. And then he stuffs it in his pocket. He's got that thin neck, boy. We're getting awfully close to his crotch. Hopefully there's not a clue down there.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn.
That's the gayest name. I'm sorry, but why would you name your large, beautiful boat the Sea Unicorn? Oh my gosh, what am I looking at? One thing I like about this game that really L.A. Noire didn't have is that you can actually send the wrong person to jail. Like L.A. Noire, you can send the wrong person to jail in some cases, but then at the end of the story, like pretty much everything you've done doesn't matter.
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trap.
Were you banging his wife and that's why she said there's no gardener?
I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
What are you talking about?
Look, we know you look good for your age. It's something to be proud of. You just can't cheat on your husband. What do I pay you to do around here all day, Watson, other than drink tea and read the papers? I don't see how it can't be that Kearns is guilty. I really don't. Well, let's see if we're right. Him engaging me in a fist fight really doesn't help clear his name. Hold to check your conclusion. Oh God, did I get it right? Hey, I got it right. Why does Sherlock Holmes' brother look like Stephen Fry? Oh, I'm so sorry you had to hear that, Watson. I can't believe we actually found British John Goodman.
It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand.
It's kind of like a Trump tweet. Hey man, one last quick question. Are you gonna eat that sandwich?
Will I ever get any peace?
I'm gonna take that as a no. Watson, give me a container for this sandwich. You know, I have to be honest with you guys. I missed that Sherlock Holmes biopic starring Will Ferrell that came out last Christmas. How was that? Dude, I really have no idea on this one. I really don't. There are 3 different conclusions it could be. and all of them to me sound equally as compelling. Oh no, now here's the moment of truth. Did I get it right? Ah! I didn't get it right! No!
Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
By old habits, does he mean visiting that hooker across the street?
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
Just like that hooker across the street. Look, it's a gay bathhouse. We all know it. We don't want to say it, but it was a gay bathhouse. Not that there's anything wrong with that. This is the kind of place that John Travolta would frequent. Gabe Newell and Sons, steam specialists, Washington State. Oh, that's such a reference to Valve Software's founder, Gaben. Have you ever had where, like, you took a dump, and you were sure at the time that you were done wiping, but then you go to your destination of choice, and you really can't move after that, specifically whether it's something you're doing at work or school or whatever, and then you realize that you in fact were wrong, and that you didn't get everything, and then all of a sudden, you're itching like crazy. It's such a terrible feeling. Daniel Radcliffe. That's one smug schmuck right there. Look, even Sherlock deducted that. Oh, I'm sorry. I know this carriage is really small, Watson.
Mummified bodies. We're in some type of category.
Watson, I'm getting really scared, man. Hold me. I mean, they found water in the blood. And since we couldn't actually find a murder weapon, I would think that would mean that the murder weapon was a water weapon and it melted. That's the only explanation. I'm going to say it's Blinkhorn because he wanted the credit.
Goodbye.
I made the wrong choice. Oh, man, I know I did. Oh, I made the right choice. Wow. They didn't take anything from the safe either. That's a telltale sign that it was just it was a murder disguised as a robbery. Man, I don't even need a criminal justice degree. I'm already doing just as good as anybody else by playing this game. Little did I know that this game came with Toby Simulator for free.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
Oh, isn't that impersonating a police officer? Isn't that illegal? Watson, you're definitely not proficient in the law. That I can tell you. This is a pretty straightforward one. All the other ones can be pretty ambiguous, but this one's pretty straightforward.
Because you love her.
It's true.
Oh, well, I guess that confirmed I was correct. Hey.
After my meeting with Carlos went well, I decided I'd give my old friend President Donald Trump a call.
If I sold you the weapons, then you sold them to ISIS, our hands would be clean.
But that doesn't really help me. I need safe passage for my drug mules.
Not money. Terrific conversation, Jim. I'll have the weapon shipment sent to you shortly.
But Mr. President, hello, Mr. President. With no one else to turn to and nowhere to go, I did the only thing I knew to do.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
What's up, America? I'm John Cruden. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is a record-breaking $1.6 billion. Let's see if I can make you a billionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 28. That's followed by 70. Up next we have 5.
And when that didn't work, I began to do the only other thing I could think of doing, which was to collect unemployment.
Welcome to the Department of Labor. We appreciate your patience as we attempt to resolve our many inquiries. Current estimated wait time, 7 hours.
Fancy seeing you here, Mr. Airport Manager.
Hello, James. What are you doing here?
The same reason why I assume you're here, to collect that unemployment. Yes, indeed.
Well, until next time, James.
Wait a minute, Mr. Airport Manager. Jim, the landlord, thinks he has a proposition for you. Yes, indeed. For a while, the airport manager and I were a match made in heaven. He'd use his aeroplanes to pick up and drop off cocaine from all over the country. The cartel was happy, and we were rolling in dough. This lasted for a little while, until one evening, while the airport manager and I were in the middle of a transaction, I got one of the most important phone calls of my life.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
We're so pleased to have you. Jim, the landlord, will be right back. This is Jim, the landlord.
This is General Lee Hawkish speaking. A federal agent is currently approaching your location and plans on arresting or killing everyone on site. Evade immediately. I repeat, evade immediately.
James? James, where are you?
I almost forgot my pen and notepad.
I had to get out of there quickly, and suddenly a miracle appeared right before my very eyes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You were the one that stole my car?
Oh, that was yours? Well, Jim the landlord is sorry about that, Nick. Although you do have nice wheels.
Well, where is it?
Out back.
Did you at least leave it in good shape?
Yes, sir. Jim the landlord was taught to return things as he found them.
Wait a minute. I have a gallon of gas in the trunk of the car. What are you talking about? It makes me lightheaded every once in a while, but I always forgot to pump gas. So Grams put it back there so that if something like this ever happened, I'd have it.
Well, I wish you'd said that earlier.
Let's go. Follow my lead. You two go ahead and go into the car without me. I'm right behind you. What are you talking about? This is non-negotiable. Now go! Everybody ready?
All buckled up.
Get in the car. Well, let's head out.
Like, that sucked.
You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
Dang, bro, burned.
Theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens.
Oh, I remember this one. This is my favorite case, dude. Plant murder.
Yes, of course.
That was an abrupt music change. Ooh, somebody's getting rid of some evidence.
Do you work here?
Sherlock, that was a stupid question, in all fairness.
That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and...
I need to meet this Margaret White.
Good day to you, miss.
Oh, she fine. Watson, are you hitting on this sexy lady? Oh, excuse me.
From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient dew.
This is like some Mickey Rooney racist type stuff, man. I'm just saying, this is pretty racist. I like when Sherlock Holmes, when he lockpicks doors, he just does it in plain sight, like in front of everybody.
Ew, dude. He's got caterpillars on him, dude.
It's got to be Mrs. White. I am not confident in this decision, but I don't see how it cannot be the hot lady Mrs. White. I don't see how she can't be an accomplice. I knew I was right. That crazy broad. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that this dead body had to hear that from the grave.
Hello, Toby. All you need now is
Hey, I got an achievement. Just for talking to Toby. So apparently one of the victims owned a pawn shop. And you don't know what is going to come through that door.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad.
Run, Wiggins! He wants to tear open your butthole! I look like a Venetian painter. You're going away for a long time, Steve Buscemi lookalike.
good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, man!
That is of no importance. What matters?
That's so BA! This is gonna be crazy, dude. I told you! Alright, well, that was Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. This is a great game, guys. It's really unlike any game I've played, maybe ever. It hones in that, early 2000s, late 90s detective PC game feel, except it really modernizes it and makes it a lot more user-friendly than if you try to go play those old games from like the late 90s or early 2000s. It's an indie game, which is unbelievably impressive, considering I think the quality of the voice acting, the graphics are certainly phenomenal, and the writing are all so good. The Devil's Daughter, which is the sequel to this game, also by Frogwares, is another phenomenal game. If you haven't played either of these games, I highly recommend it, as well as Frogwares' new game called, I actually forgot what it's called, but I think it's called The Sinking City, and it's about H.P. Lovecraft's kind of books and everything, and I can't wait to play that game when it comes out too, because it is very similar to these games in atmosphere from what it looks like. So I'm Niski. Have a great day, and if you haven't played this game, get it now. It is phenomenal. We've cut it close before, guys, but not that close. So what happened after you left Nick's house?
Well, after I left Nick's house, I got a call from the airport manager who was super mad that I bailed on him. After meeting with the airport manager, I told him to keep quiet to make sure no one found out about our involvement in the drug and arms trafficking. But judging by the fact that you two were able to crack this case so quickly, I'd assume he did a pretty poor job of lying, didn't he?
Yeah, he did so bad.
Well, I figured. And so, with nowhere else to go, I decided to go to Roger and Ethel's beautiful and luxurious home to hide out. Roger? Ethel? Anyone?
So how and when did you get President Trump to pardon you?
I have no idea. After all, I would have assumed that Donald wanted me to be the fall guy in this whole operation. But now, the airport manager's the fall guy. Everybody wins. Yes, indeed.
But he says he didn't knowingly sign the pardon, and that you had somebody trick him into signing it.
Donald's one wacky guy, ain't he?
Hey, I meant to ask this earlier, but where were Roger and Ethel?
They're actually down in Boca Raton right now in their very own condo.
Okay. Must be nice. Well, Jim, I suppose you're free to go.
But where am I gonna go? Jim, the landlord's always going to be hunted by those guys as long as he's still alive. I'll never be safe again.
Well, there is always one solution, Jim. You can come with me, and we can put you into witness protection.
Oh no. Jim, the landlord, ain't no rat.
You said it yourself, Jim. Those guys are always going to be out there looking for you. Maybe this is a good thing, you know? A way for you to forget everything in your past that you've always wanted to leave behind and have a fresh start.
Well, can there at least be cocaine in the witness protection program?
There can be. Just as long as you don't get caught, of course.
Well, all right. In that case, Jim the landlord is ready to... I'm ready to go. And start the life that I've never had.
Come with me. I'll take you back to CTU, and we'll begin the process of creating your new identity there.
Goodbye, Nick.
Jim, wait! Did you eat my cake?
No, but it sure looked delicious. Yes, indeed.
Grams? Duke? When did you guys get back? And where have you been?
Sonny boy, I think we need to talk.